Do not chase piles of cash, my grandfather warned me, and this is the reason I finally understood. In a quiet rural place of fields and dust, there lived an aging man the villagers labeled idle. He avoided steady labor. Most days he rested beneath a broad tree on a creaking chair, staring into distance, speaking endlessly about futures he never began. Someday I will start a store, he promised. Someday I will own land and cattle. I will earn without exhaustion. That someday never arrived. Laughter faded. Pity replaced it. His partner sighed and said life is not powered by wishes. It moves through effort. He shrugged and replied that a path would appear. Years rolled on. Conditions tightened. One evening his grandson, barefoot and frail, whispered if there was bread. The cupboard opened to air. Silence fell. The old man stared down. His chest clenched. Dreams were not meals. Thoughts could not fill a belly. He lay awake until dawn at first light. Carrying embarrassment, he joined laborers in the fields for daily wages. The labor punished him. Heat scorched his skin. His spine curved more each sunset. Fingers throbbed. Perspiration blurred his vision. Between rows, he murmured that this felt like being chained. Nights returned him, wordless and drained. Supper was beans with 2 flatbreads, never extra. The boy hugged him and asked what they paid today. He studied the note and said it was small yet real. But money vanished. Funerals swallowed it. Pills swallowed it. Groceries swallowed it. Only a few coins lingered. Week after week, pay arrived and escaped. The roof dripped. Hunger remained. One afternoon at the local shop, men argued loudly. The trick is saving, one said. Save and you stay secure. Those words stuck. That night, he found a clear jar and slid it beneath the bed. Each week, after buying only essentials, he dropped coins inside. The clink made him smile. It sounded like a promise. The grandson discovered it. What is that, our future? He said proudly. Saving hurt. He skipped shoes even when the soles tore. Meals shrank. Plates stayed light. The wife finally spoke. What good is saving while we starve? He avoided her eyes and said, understanding comes later. Months crawled by. The jar is filled. To him, it looked like safety. One morning, they went to market. He poured the money out. 3 sacks of corn, he asked. The seller counted and shook his head. Prices rose. This buys 1.5. The man froze. Value fades, the seller said. Walking home, the jar felt heavier. That night he counted again and again. It never multiplied. The boy asked softly what saving was for. No answer came. Days dimmed. Strength drained. Food failed. Sometimes the road ahead vanished. One morning on the porch he watched neighbors pass. One carried eggs. Another carried milk bottles. Their steps were calm. Fear did not follow them. Then he remembered a child's idea from long before. What if we raised chickens this time? He listened. He spent the last coins on a few scrawny birds. When he released them, the boy laughed and chased feathers. Now we have an egg factory, he joked. At Fur's tea, they found a couple of eggs daily. They ate some and sold some. With those coins, they bought another bird. The man tracked everything in a small notebook. Each egg counted. Soon, the yard buzzed with life. Neighbors came to buy. For the first time, the effort felt rewarding. One afternoon he held an egg and told the boy that this mattered more than stored money. It feeds us, it multiplies, it keeps its worth. Money sitting still shrinks, work set free grows. The boy hugged him and said he was no longer lazy. The man smiled through tears and said he had learned. The jar stayed forgotten under the bed. When people spoke of saving, he pointed to the birds and said holding cash is like cupping water. It slips away. Put it to work. Even small beginnings count. That is how the man, once mocked, discovered the deepest lesson of his life. He began waking earlier, fixing fences, cleaning water bowls, and planning for tomorrow instead of dreaming about it. Seasons turned, and confidence returned slowly. The family ate fuller meals. Shoes were replaced. The roof was patched. Visitors noticed the change and asked what magic he found. He answered with patience and showed the coop. Rhetorical questions rose in his mind. What protects a family? Hoarded coins or living systems? What survives storms? Idle plans or steady action? He taught the boy to count eggs, record sales, and respect time. Wealth is motion, not storage. Years later, when the boy grew, he carried the lesson forward, choosing effort over delay, creation over waiting, and courage over fear. The story travels wherever hands decide to build rather than hide and endure.